name is Sarah Drake, and I will be talking about stress as a college student, the effects, and how to deal with stress. Psychology Today says stress is a very big issue for college students and how they deal with stress. According to Active Beat, some of the effects of stress are headaches, twitching, acne, sickness or illnesses, cramps, and gaining weight. Have you ever wondered how much stress affects one and how one deals with stress? As a college student, you deal with stress financially, academically, family-related, etc. The one important reason why college students stress is academically. Students usually stress at the end of a deadline or at the end of a course or end of a semester that they are either struggling in and need a certain grade in. The three main points on academic stress that I will be talking about is determining where the stress is coming from, finding a solution, and managing your time when you're under stress. The first point is determining where the stress comes from, finding the sources of that stress. It can be a subject that stresses someone out, or it can also be taking tests, studying, doing homework, etc. Some people stress about taking tests. They get nervous about taking tests and then they stress out about it. Some people stress about studying and make sure they're studying what they've learned in class that they have to take a test on. And the other reason is homework. Some people struggle on doing homework or making sure they do their homework correctly so that they do good in the class. The next point is finding a solution after determining where the stress is coming from. Finding a solution. The one reason you can do that is talking to your professor. Asking them to help you understand why you're stressing, why you're not getting that certain subject or topic that they talked about the day before. Also, know the office hours. Every teacher at the beginning of the year gives their syllabus, and in their syllabus has their office hours and where they can be met and talked to. And usually they also state that you need to set up a meeting to meet with them, because most of them they don't want you to meet with them on spot because they have other classes to teach and other people to deal with and other meetings. Another one is talking with students about the professor or how they are doing outside the class in that certain subject. Second, decide how to deal with a certain subject. You can drop the class or the course before it affects your grade. Also, if you drop the class, usually you're given a deadline to drop the course before the deadline or before it affects you. You can also add a different class but drop a course. So drop a course and then add a class in there. So say you are struggling with a certain English class and you're like, okay, I don't really think I need to do this semester. It's a little overwhelming. It's stressing me out. Maybe you can throw in there's a math that you think you're going to be able to do better in. Also, find a tutor. A tutor can help you understand how to study, the topic, and everything. A tutor can be a friend that is in your class that is succeeding in the class, another student that is higher than you that's already taken the class a year before or semester before. It can be another professor other than the professor you have teaching you, or it can be the same professor you have. The final point is creating a time management system or managing your time with stress or under stress as a busy college student. The first way to create a time management system is buy a planner. Go and get a planner at the beginning of a semester and write down go through your syllabus that your professor gives you and write down your deadlines for quizzes, tests, assignments, projects, and also write things that you have coming up in your personal life so you can be able to intertwine that with school. A second way to creating a time management system is to make a to-do list. You can make a to-do list at the beginning of the week with every day of the week and have the stuff you need to get done between your courses and your personal life, like laundry, clean your room, make dinner, go to work, etc. I know from experience that a planner really is a sufficient way to creating or managing your time, and also making a to-do list. That really helps me make sure I get certain courses done and certain things done that I need to get done that day. The second way to manage your time is if you have a reading assignment. We all know that a long reading assignment can be really, really overwhelming. And if you do, either make time for that long reading assignment by splitting up pages and reading certain page numbers a day, like page 1 through 5 Monday, 6 through 20 the next day. Or you can also split the reading up between a study group or a group of friends in that class that you like to meet with, study with, and then come back together before the assignment's due or before you have a test over that certain assignment and talk about what you read and what they read and compare your answers and your information. The ways that I have dealt with stress are I've always emailed and talked to my professor when they're available. Most of the time my professors have gotten back to me in a sufficient manner. I've also not procrastinated like I used to in high school. And I try to study a little bit every day so that I'm not getting to Saturday night and the test is Monday and I'm cramming for that certain test. If you as a college student needs help dealing with stress, doing 3 points I talked about will help. 1, determine the source that the stress is coming from. 2nd, finding a solution. And 3rd, managing your time as a busy college student. If one is dealing with stress academically in college, one can determine the source of stress, find a solution, and create a time management system. We all know that college life should be fun, but also you need to study. If you want to know how to do that and how to incorporate that without stressing, always go and talk to your professor or even your advisor. Your advisor usually can give you more help on managing time in your life and your college so that you can still have a fun time in college, because we love to have fun in college. That's what college life is about. But we still got to make sure we are doing our studies and learning our stuff so that we're not cramming and we're not failing any classes.